Thanks for joining us. I'm Paula Ebben with a WBZ News update. Our top stories: a man and a woman wanted in connection with a string of carjackings have been arrested. Massachusetts State Police say Nathan Sabin was taken into custody after a short pursuit from Lawrence to Dracut. Sabin was driving a black 2012 Subaru he'd carjacked in Wolfboro, New Hampshire. An alleged accomplice was also taken into custody. Officials say Sabin was armed when he was arrested. Fire officials in Nashua, New Hampshire are investigating an overnight fire that took the life of an elderly woman. It all happened about 1:30 a.m. at a house on Langholm Drive. Fire officials say the building was fully engulfed in flames when they arrived. 2 people were able to get themselves out, but a woman in her 80s was found in the bedroom. She was taken to an area hospital but did not survive. No cause of the fire has been determined yet. Boston College is adding 23 acres of land to its campus in Newton. The school has purchased the former Mount Alvernia High School and Convent in Newton. This all-girls Catholic school closed its doors in June due to enrollment and financial challenges. BC says it plans to use the property for educational and administrative purposes. Let's get a check of the forecast now with meteorologist Jason Mikell.
We've made it into the afternoon all across New England. Thankfully so. Much of the fog has eroded across the area. We likely would have a little bit of patchy fog moving in overnight tonight, but at least we're going to savor what we have outdoors right now, because you can already see that we do have a little bit of clouds beginning to fan in over towards western Mass at this hour. Let's broaden out the view and talk about what's coming next here. This is going to be 1 and 2 systems, sort of a 1-2 punch expected just in time for the weekend. I know we really need a sunny and dry Saturday, but it's going to be a hard stretch for us. These are outlining bands that we're talking about with Tropical Storm Philippe at this hour, but also behind that, this is sort of the linchpin that's going to be moving through. We already see a string of showers, likely even some moderate to heavy rain showers moving through the Midwest. All that activity is headed right towards the I-95 corridor. In the same breath, so is Philippe. This is the latest information in from the National Hurricane Center, now up to a 50-mile-per-hour max sustained wind storm, and that will likely start to increase as it moves over the more open waters and also warm waters as well, because this ocean current is moving up towards the north, and it's also helping to propel that as well. It is on the windward side of that area of high pressure that's been providing a lot of very nice and tranquil weather, so that's also helping to kind of be the driving force with this storm. North movement between 10 and 15 miles per hour, so you can already imagine that it's likely going to cause more of a wind type of event as well as a wet type of event. This is what we're expecting right now. This is the latest information from the WBZ Weather Center. Heavy rain possible depending on what happens with Philippe. Does it stay to the east? Does it move to the west? What happens with the remnants? And also the timing of that frontal boundary. It is a given that we're likely going to get light to moderate shower activity and periods of moderate to heavy rain, but it depends on where you are, and it also depends on the track of this thunderstorm system. Will that cold front also lag too? So there's a lot of things at play right now. I hope you're following along with that. Here's that future cast. So again, you can imagine some light afternoon pop-up shower activity moving through mainly along the coastline here, the north and south shore. We'll start to get a little bit of cloud activity moving in overnight tonight. Widespread clouds are expected tomorrow morning, and I think we'll likely run the chance of getting even more patchy fog to move back in. There's that nexus, that sort of gyre of low pressure moving through, and carrying in tow is the cold front. Once we get into early Saturday, we start to get the onshore flow moving back in, also increasing humidity along the coastline from Maine all the way down through New Hampshire, Vermont, even our north and south shores, Cape and the islands, also dealing with very warm and also balmy conditions. Periods of on and off shower activity can likely be expected here in the Boston metro, and I think we'll likely have some periods of dryness throughout the afternoon and maybe remaining dry depending on kind of where this low really kind of propels the front to move through. I think also Philippe may as well get kind of caught up in that frontal boundary as well and kind of lift that precipitation up north with it. So some areas may not even get any rainfall in the afternoon on Saturday. All right, we're going to cross our fingers with that. Current temperatures again in the 60s and low 70s, so not that bad here. Forecast highs today may touch on 80 degrees in a couple spots, because we can expect that as well. More sunshine moving back in, but again, packaging up for the weekend. Saturday, a bit of a rainy one. Sunday, more of a drier one, but also a breezy and also a cooler one. You can see that play out in the next 7 over the next several days. You can certainly starting out next week a spotty rain shower. The holiday on Monday, you can see roughly around 60 degrees for the high. Paula?
Thanks, Jason. I'm Paula Ebben. This has been a WBZ News Update.